Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty serious episode for you guys that we want you guys to stick around for. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, today we're going to be talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Why are we talking about the Brooklyn Nets, and why is the mood so serious? The mood is serious because, as y'all know, or maybe some of you know, I had the Brooklyn Nets actually being one of the teams that could potentially make it to the NBA Finals, believe it or not, right? Maybe it's silly me, I don't know. But I thought that they were going to be one of the teams that could do that, just based on, you know, the type of players they have, and and Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and all of these different things. And I think I saw them play against the Milwaukee Bucks in one of the preseason games. Maybe I got too high on that and I was like, hey, you know, whatever. But I still feel like the Brooklyn Nets are going to be one of the toughest teams to beat. Obviously, they probably have two of the most clutch players in the conference, in Kevin Durant and and Kyrie Irving. I think with KD, they have one of the two most difficult covers in the entire Eastern Conference behind Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think Giannis is the number one matchup nightmare in the entire NBA. But I think behind him in the Eastern Conference, at least, is Kevin Durant, right? KD's a nightmare, especially when he's going. There's nothing you can do with KD. There's nothing you can do with KD. However, last night they played against the Dallas Mavericks. They had previously lost the game to They had previously lost the game to the Milwaukee Bucks, right? One of the teams that a lot of people have making it to the NBA Finals again this season, or at the very least, being one of the teams to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Good. So they were playing against that team, and as we speak, actually, the Milwaukee Bucks are the number one team in the Eastern Conference in terms of standings. Obviously, they've only played 3 games, but they're 3-0, right? And the Brooklyn Nets, on the other hand, after last night's loss, the Brooklyn Nets are sitting on a 1-4 record. Just think about that for a second. The Brooklyn Nets are sitting on a 1-4 record. 1-4. They dropped another game, very close game last night against the Dallas Mavericks. It was a very, very entertaining game. Luka Doncic was doing his thing, man, making incredible passes and all of these great things, right? It was a very, very entertaining game, but ultimately they went on to lose that game. So then I decided to delve into some of the numbers, the team stats about this Brooklyn Nets team, and then a lot of it just started to raise a lot of alarm bells for me. But before we get into those stats here, this video is brought to you by our sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Let me just get into some of the stats here. I've already mentioned their standings. Brooklyn and Stan. Let's get into some of their stats. If we look at this team, right, and I'm getting this from basketballreference.com. Obviously, still very early. They've only played 5 games, so y'all understand that. Here's something to pay attention to. The Brooklyn Nets are ranked 18th in terms of scoring. Out of the 30 teams in the NBA, they're scoring about 113 points per game. I wouldn't spend too much time focusing on that, given the fact that the Clippers, I think, are also good, but they're scoring about 102 points per game. So I won't spend too much time on that. I think the offense, they'll be able to solve that. Although we got to talk about Ben Simmons. But here's the alarming part. In terms of defensive rating, the Brooklyn Nets have 120.7 defensive rating, and they ranked dead last in defensive rating in terms of defense in the NBA. That is a crazy, 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 crazy stat. If I'm being honest with you, that's crazy. The Brooklyn Nets are not playing any defense whatsoever. They are playing no defense. Now, a lot of people were very high on Ben Simmons. Well, not a lot. Some people were very high on Ben Simmons because, oh, well, you know, he's a defensive stalwart and all of that. And I was watching the game yesterday. He had some good defensive stops, especially towards the end of the game. But listen, I'm not going to give you guys the easy way out. I'm just not going to do it. You guys that keep covering up for Ben Simmons are some of the most low expectation having people or gentlemen out there. You can't baby Ben Simmons. And the guys that are making excuses for him are simply babying him. Ben Simmons, in 5 NBA games, is averaging 5.6 points per game. He's attempting 5.4 shots a game. And on those 5 shots, he's shooting 44.4%. He is shooting 40% from the free throw line. These are inexcusable numbers. This is indefensible. Who are these people that like to make excuses? I don't really understand what is going on with Ben Simmons. Why are some people out there making excuses for this? He's a great defensive player, so therefore you shouldn't work on your offense. What are we saying here? What are we saying? He is turning into an enigma for that team. And if you watch the game, Ben Simmons is the Nets are basically playing 5-on-4. Ben Simmons refuses to shoot. He refuses to shoot the basketball. I don't really know what exactly is the cause for that. It is very, very, very strange. The Brooklyn Nets have a bunch of problems. That's the first thing. Coaching. What's up with Steve Nash, man? Are they going to fire him? Are they going to keep him? Leadership. Who's the leader on the Brooklyn Nets? Who is the leader on the Brooklyn Nets? The Brooklyn Nets are turning into a hot mess in front of our eyes. The reason a lot of people are not really paying attention to it is because there's a bigger hot mess out there, which is the Lakers, and they're the ones sucking up all the air in the air in the room. But the Brooklyn Nets, what's happening to this team in terms of their defense and in terms of Ben Simmons is alarming. And something needs to be done quickly. It is a problem. I was very high on this team, but this team has some serious issues with their defense and Ben Simmons, and they need to correct it. And maybe they're coaching, but they got a lot of issues, and I expect there to be some major shakeups this season in terms of coaching and players this season, because I don't know what the hell is going on with this team. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what you've seen so far from this Brooklyn Nets team this season? And also, what do you think about some of the things that I had to say? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.